after I do this one. This is one that Axel pointed out to me. It's a designer in the forum who had his course not approved, and he's looking for some more feedback. And Axel saw it and said, he's just basically said paging what about Ameobi? So I was like, sure. So this is Brust Ridge by maumeebearcat, Maumee. I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. And so we'll give it a look. So right away, when I look at the view from the tee, the trees over on the left here, they look a little close to the playing surface. There's a waterfall that. Okay, there's a waterfall. To be totally honest with you, waterfalls really don't do anything for me. This bunker on the left-hand side is. I don't know if sloppy is the right word. It's extremely long, and it looks like it cuts into the fairway. Yeah, so it cuts into the fairway, which is a no-no in TGC Tour lands for sure. But to be honest with you, I'm not sure I really see it much in real golf, in real life golf. You'll see here too, like that tree is right beside the fairway. It should be back a bit. I won't get into the rocks. I'm not a rock fan at all, or a fan of rocks. I like the music, and that's out of bounds too. Oh boy. So, okay. So if we look at, and it's out of bounds all the way up there. So I could be off of here in line with the pin more or less, and I'm out of bounds. Yeah, that's a bit rough. But yeah, this bunker needs to be. It just the placement of it. It's just kind of there, and it's 100 and whatever yards long. It doesn't really have any strategic value, unfortunately. First swing of the day is always interesting. Oh, we might go visit that bunker. Yeah, no, that's fair enough, Axel. Yeah, I would, Lucas, but it's out of bounds. And then we've got a blind shot to the green because we've got a pretty. Well, the rocks for a start aren't helping, but that's not why we can't see it. It looks like this is a pretty sharp drop. And again, it doesn't really add to the hole, this drop. It just is kind of there. It's just you're hitting a drive down a fairway. You have to hit it there because it's out of bounds, right? And then you're left with this blind shot. One of the things I've been saying more recently is when you're designing a course, look at it from this point of view more. See what you can see. If this is something that in real life would be an issue, then it'll be an issue in this game too. The mountains in the background look cool, but it's easy to just put mountains and that makes them look cool. As far as the green is concerned, I don't mind the shape of the green. I mean, it's bordering on being an auto-gen. It might be an auto-gen. I'm not sure that this front bunker anyways, again, it's too big. I think you would get more mileage out of having, so first of all, losing this whole front from where, like between those the two bushes you have there, that's where I would cut the bunker and lose this part here, because again, we're basically out of bounds there anyways, or we're awfully close to it. And then I wouldn't mind you splitting up what would be left into a couple bunkers. And yeah, this back one's a little bigger too. Maybe making that into two smaller ones. Sculpting wise, I'll have to look at another one. Oh, that's got no chance. The other thing I would consider, and I'm just throwing this out there, is I wouldn't worry so much about tournament objects yet. I would worry about getting a good golf course, and then let's get tournament objects in there. Because I'm guessing they take up meter. And at first, I think you'd want as much meter as you can get your hands on. Okay. This, I like the idea. I don't love the execution. So you're creating a scenario where if I lay up, I mean, I've got a place to lay up. I've got to carry something if I want to try to get to the green. It's just that it's this big, long bunker again. And that, well, hang on. Where does that start? Okay, so it starts at about 190 out. And it goes, oh, I thought it went all the way. It almost, but then there's a small break for a couple trees. And then again, huge bunker. So, yeah. Okay, the meter, yeah. I just... So yeah, the tournament objects, I wouldn't worry about those just yet. I know it's cool to have them in there, but I would like to save them. I mean, these rocks, too, must take up a ton of meter, these great big ones. Anyways, so I like it in theory. I like the idea of either lay up or try to carry something and get to the green. It's just the way that you've executed it isn't fantastic. We're not allowed to lay up on this channel, so we're going. I'm looking for a kick right if I can grab it. I'm not getting one. That's unfortunate. Now here's where the rocks become a bit of an issue potentially. I'm really not that far off the fairway, right? Like I'm not far off the fairway, and I've almost got my buttocks against a rock, and I could see myself very easily getting stuck behind that rock, which would be very severe for the shot that I've hit. Again, you've got the whole right side out of bounds. I see why this time, though. Okay. I see why, but again, it's a bit abrupt, I would say. Another tree that could be placed better, or just skipped completely. 10 feet. Yeah. I mean, and rocks, I would say for rocks even more, because rocks could create carnage if you're not careful. Is that the bunker that came from the fairway? Yeah, okay. So the bunkers, we need to get a bit better at being strategic with them. Oh, geez. Sorry, I didn't mean to be staring at your butt there, buddy. The sculpting doesn't look awful, but again, I don't know. The sculpting's almost secondary because of how big it is. Yeah, for sure, Axel. I mean, look at the size of those rocks. And they're just, again, pretty close. Like, I would hate to have balls bouncing off rocks, and I'd also hate to make a putt, apparently. Where are we at? 162, did I see? It's not a bad speed to run at. Okay. Oh, jeepers. I can't... Okay, there it is. That is a monstrous green. Again, I like the idea. You're basically creating 3 greens here, right? You've got your green here, you've got your green here, and then you've got your green back here. But it doesn't quite work because it just is so big, and then this transition from the green to the fairway is very... Oh, hang on, no, that's just the green meter not being able to... I mean, it's still a bit off. I mean, this looks kind of auto-generated. Right here, just some detail stuff where the rough around the bunker just isn't... It all of a sudden it pinches, and then it's got a kind of a sharp right there. I mean, the bunker, it's a bit flat, I guess, for sculpting. Yeah, it's little stuff like that's hurting you. Like just little detailed stuff like that, and then again, just some choices strategically. What's it gonna play back here? Yeah, about 2 bills. Okay, that's not awful. The other issues back here, these trees are going to be in the way, right? I mean, it's going to be a 200-yard par 3 back here where I'm going to have trees in my way. Like a right to left wind, I got to aim it at the trees, and I might not be able to get through. So, yeah, it's stuff like that. That's where you're coming up short. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, it is Lost Souls. Do we play tomorrow, by the way? Okay, now I'm under, and this is the other issue with the tournament objects, is it creates this kind of a scenario where it's not going to affect my shot, I don't think, but I can't see it. It just looks a little messy is all. Always takes me a couple rounds to get going. I need to get going too, so I got to play my elite rounds today. Well, I don't have to, but I'd like to. If I'm going to stream them, I have to. We play Sunday. Who do we play? I haven't been paying attention. Okay. So again, the feature of this has been a massive cliff to the right, and it's out of bounds. So the out of bounds part makes sense, because if you go all the way down here, good luck getting back up. But the cliff is just, it's too severe. And we've split the fairway. Here's my question. I've got out of bounds right. If I hit this fairway somehow, I've got trees in my way. Why am I ever going to the right? I might accidentally hit it over here, but I'm never going to aim there, because from here, I've got to clearly look at it. I'll get to the green shape in a minute, but I've got a clear look at the green. I don't have any trees in my way, and I'm farther away from that out of bounds. There's no real incentive to go over here. So if you're going to split a fairway, you need to give choices as to, okay, here's how you benefit from going on this fairway, and then here's how you benefit from going on this fairway. So usually, this is the safe option, this is the riskier option, but there's a payoff. Well, oh great, man, you. But on this side, it's the risky option, but there's no payoff. If anything, you're worse off being over here by the looks of things. So, I'm going to just stay left. I'm going to go really left, apparently. Jeez, that was bad. I'm going to go visit some pinery. Oh, look at this. Oh, God. I suspect this is a blind shot to the green. I can't tell. This green shape, use with caution. This bunker again's too big, but it'd be really easy to end up on the wrong green and then have to chip over. Yeah, this green shape, I see it a bunch, and it very rarely works well. You really need to know what you're doing if you're going to do that. That tree I didn't mind being in my way because I hit it into the trees. That's fine. I'm in the rough in the trees. And again, it's a decent size, isn't it? For what should be a pretty short hole if I can actually hit the fairway. The other thing is this slope here is too severe, in my opinion at least. I would have been coming from here. I don't know that I would have had that short of a shot that I would have been able to stop it within 6 feet of the hole. And if I come up a bit short, it's just going to go like that right off the back. So, yeah, the shaping's just a little bit severe. Yeah, there's a lot of rocks. So, what happens if I catch this ridge? Okay, that didn't play too badly. Am I being overly critical with that part? I might be. Well, again, it would depend on the shot I'm hitting in, right? So I had 150-ish when I was in the rough. The question would be, can I land it on the flat and stop it relatively close to the hole? It is jarring, though, seeing all that red. Yeah, just be careful with the slopes, is all I'm going to say, I guess. One of the things that people that are in my chat all the time get sick of me hearing is that if I'm looking at a shot, I mean, I want to have a shot that I can play. It doesn't have to be easy, but it needs to be possible. So you just want to make sure that shot's possible. Ooh. Okay, this is tight. Yeah, okay. It just... I'm getting claustrophobic a little bit here. And the thing is, I don't think it's that bad. It's just the trees being so close to the fairway make it look worse than it is, as far as how narrow it is. So, yanked it again. Alright, we're going to go visit a bunker. I'm going to get my thumb on the stick right. Okay. And then here, this is a par 5 that is usually going to be reachable. But I'm out of position, and there's nothing to stop me from just hammering whatever I can up here. The second shot, you'd want that to be a little bit more interesting. There's a bit of a sculpting, well, not a bit. There's a lot of sculpting on the right there that needs to be cleaned up. Like it's not far off being vertical. Well, I'm just gonna miss it too. It figures. I thought I was gonna shoot left out of the bunker. Okay. Yeah. So you just see how just how severe that slope is there, and then the bunker is cut into it. The tree being right by the bunker there, I'm not loving. I wish I could fly around. I need to get a PC somehow, because it just looks like it's so much more. It's just such a better experience on PC from what I can tell. Anyways, I don't have one right now, so okay. Green site, haven't really had a look at it. I've been distracted by everything else. So you've given me a spot to run it up for a par 5, for a second shot par 5, which is nice because I'm gonna need it. But you've narrowed it, which is good. I don't mind the drop off. It's a par 5, so you gotta hit a good shot to get it up there. For a third shot, you should be able to stick a wedge halfway close. I just would be careful with your pin positions is all. But then the bunkers, yeah, this bunker again, it's just a bit too steep. That's going to be kind of the overall thing. It's those kinds of fundamentals that Canucks videos are so great at talking about. Is where you weren't approved. Yeah, it's a great point by Axel, using the measure tool to make sure fairway and green sizes are reasonable. Like I've seen people have 15-yard fairways, 15-yard wide fairways, which is nuts. Okay. This here is, all right, the fairway is whatever width it is, but it's really from here to here is how wide it is, because that is just going to kick off of here so hard. This is getting to where we're playing video game fantasy golf. You would never see this on a real course. I don't think this stays on the fairway. I might be wrong. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it actually plays quite wide because we can just throw it up on the hill there, but then we're left with this blind shot, and it's only blind because of the way, because it needs to be, this whole fairway needs to be smoothed, the whole thing. Yeah, it doesn't, you don't really gain anything by having that's banked higher than Daytona. You don't gain anything from that. I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of you, I'm just giggling to myself a little bit because I made what was kind of a funny. But yeah, this just it's not working. That's the issue. And again, you got this really extreme fall off behind it, out of bounds everywhere. I guess if you're needing to continually put out of bounds on your course, chances are there's something with your course that needs to be fixed, because out of bounds should be a rarely used tool. Talladega, oh yeah, Talladega and Daytona are close to the same, I think. But whatever it was, yeah, we took the high line there and dropped down into the infield. All right. So, I mean, oh boy. Okay. So we're going 53 yards downhill. Is that my math? 53 yards downhill. I like that I can see the green. That is a waterfall. The waterfall, like I'm gonna be honest. So many people spend so much time building waterfalls, and I could care less about them. I really don't. I don't. Does it add anything? It adds to my PS4's workload, but does it make the hole better? Nope. I mean, it's kind of a nice look, I guess, but yeah, it's a 53-foot drop to the hole. So I'm in a situation now. I got to try to figure out what do I hit. I'm in between clubs. I mean, that's typically the case. And then it's just such a severe downslope, and then again, slope being here. It's just these really steep slopes all over the place. So that's the reason why your course wasn't approved, I'm afraid. Where am I going? See, now my PS4 started glitching out because it's struggling with that waterfall. And you designed on the PlayStation platform, so you might have a PS5. Yeah, the back of the screen is just no. We need some sculpting tutorials. So from here, I'm probably going to play a little quicker because I think that these issues are going to persist throughout, and there's no point. Yeah, for sure, Lucas. That's coming. Okay. Here. What's going on there? Is that just a weird render thing? Is that a water table thing? We're at the top of the waterfall now? Am I seeing this right? Or is this another waterfall? The reason I'm asking is I want to know how I got here. Because I just had a 160-foot drop. How am I up top? Oh, okay, I see how now. It was over there. Okay, it's a different waterfall. So you've gone really balls out on the waterfalls. Don't. just don't. That's the only thing I can tell you. We're going for this. Sling a draw around. Not a bad idea for a par 4, a drivable, potentially par 4, but again, just the execution, it's just a little off. And the layup, I don't like. The reason I've hit driver there is the way that those bunkers and hills and everything are. The layup, I don't see it. I don't see what my layup would be. So just strategically, it just feels like it would be kind of random whether I end up in a bunker or not. Yep, I agree completely, Axel. And I mean, this is a very common new designer thing, right? The shiny toys end up taking precedence over the golf course. Okay, so again, this whole design is just it's unfortunate because you've created this rock area here and cliff. Potentially, I'm thinking there's an opportunity to get down here. And it's going to be beneficial because I'll have a short shot if I do. But again, the how I get there is tricky because of the trees. Now, it could be that you're asking for me to sling one, to cut one, sorry. And because I read fast, I can't. And maybe that's where my detriment is that I'm playing that strategy and I'm getting punished for it. which is fine. But I suspect that's not what happened. And if I'm wrong, then I'm happy to be told I was. Get in the bunker. Ah. Okay. So now I've just missed the fair. Well, how much have I missed the fairway by? Yeah, it's not like I'm way off the fairway. And I don't have a look at the green. So I gotta shape one. Just okay, I guess, but alright. Like I said, we're gonna play a bit quicker now because it's the same, it's kind of the same things throughout. I guess this drop-off bothers me a little bit in this really narrow area because it's a 450-yard hole that I can't really hit driver on. I had to hit a 225-yard shot in here. It just seems like a little bit overly penal, unless there is a way to get down there, and then that's your benefit. But I don't know. It feels like there's a few fundamentals we gotta get better at. We gotta get better at sculpting and surfacing and that. We also gotta get better at just overall golf course, just like design, like making holes that make sense. So what's this? This is a right angle dog leg, isn't it? Yeah, right angle dog legs are very, very difficult to make good. And you've given me no room to hit, like very little room, sorry, to hit up here. You could almost get away with this if you could carry the water, because then you could have that big heroic carry the water to knock it on the green, but oh, okay, thanks, Axel. Downhill again, we're blind because of the sculpting there. So it's a 3-wood and it's a 4-iron. I think something that a lot of designers don't catch on is that this is more of a simulation than it is a video game, and so realism matters. I mean, this green is. Yeah, again, it's just the sloping's too severe. Hey there, Crush. Roy, I'm not sure what you're referring to, buddy. If it's Rory McIlroy game, I never played it. But is this better than that? Yeah, because it's real. Like it's more realistic than. It's the best video game golf I've ever played. It's the best, yeah, it's the best golf game I've ever played, easily. I think Rory McIlroy was one of those easy arcade ones when, you know, people shot a million under par. Whereas this, there is a exploit that I use where you can still shoot silly scores, but it's not as arcadey as what the Tiger Woods and then Rory McIlroy games were like. Yeah, again, just another hole where that just doesn't make a huge amount of sense what the shot is off the tee. I half thought I was going to be out of bounds there. I kind of wish I was. Okay, I didn't quite get there. Yeah, this is just starting to get to be really video gamey, and this game is designed more on the side of realism than video game. I mean, it has its video game type. Wii Sports Golf? Yeah, I liked that until my daughter sent the remote through the TV. But it was fun. Super Mario, I haven't seen Super Mario Golf. I mean, you know what? Arcade golf can be fun if you want it. That's just not what this is. This is meant to be more realistic. It's not completely realistic, but it's the most realistic I've played so far, from what I can remember. Okay. Same kinds of comments about the shapes and sculpting. Yeah, I think I mean if you enjoy golf games, you'll enjoy this, Crush. The other thing that's cool about it is you can kind of have it play however you want it to. If you want it to be difficult, then you can put it on the higher levels. If you don't want it to be difficult, you can have it on easy settings where you can shoot 55 every time. Like, it can be done. I think the best thing about this game, though, is the fact that there's thousands upon thousands of courses that people design for it that you can play. And they're free to play. It's not like some download, like DLC garbage. Like, these are courses that'll be in the game. Like, the course I'm playing right now was designed by a person not affiliated with the company. So, that to me is really the best part of this. And there's some really, really good ones out there. Okay. Yeah, alright. That pin's a bit tricky. Okay, yeah, see, this pin isn't working because, I mean, I'm close to the hole and the ball's rolling away from it. Yo, yeah, absolutely, Axel. That's the thing that's kept me playing this game, especially TGCTours. That's the thing I like about playing the competitive rounds, is it's almost always on a community-created course rather than the official ones. There's some really cool creative people in the community that make some really good golf courses. So, it's neat. So it's on sale on PSN right now, is it? Nice. It was on sale on PC not long ago too, wasn't it? Wow, that thing wiggled all over the place. Oh, yeah, okay. I see why. Lost Souls, I don't want to play Man United. I just don't like them. It's not that they're great, I just don't like them. Okay, oh, I thought the wind was going to hold this up more than it did. It's still alright. That's just horrendous. God. It's a good thing I didn't putt like this yesterday, Lucas. I mean, that fourth round we played, those par saves I made, that wouldn't have been happening. Yeah, just say no to the right angle dog leg. Okay, this one I do need to point out. This is just an example of, and I'm going to say it as honestly as I can, a bad hole. It's the kind of hole in real life that I would probably walk off the course over. It just... If you watch Ben, so B101 TGC's tutorial on how to get your course approved, he covers this very kind of hole in it. The extreme dog leg. It's 260 yards as the crow flies, but it ends up playing for something. It's manufactured. I don't know, Axel. It's been so long, I don't know what would happen. I mean, I hope it doesn't happen because I hate them, but the Leafs are in a pretty weak division, so I wouldn't get too excited just yet. That's right. When I was in school, the way I remembered what year Confederation was it. So the Leafs won the cup in 1967. So then, if 1867 was our Confederation. Okay, and then we just got this really super narrow hole again, and I'm not sure where the green is, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it. Yeah, okay. It's not bad. For a second there, I thought the trees were, when I first looked at this, I thought the trees were in front of the green, and I was going to be like, I'm done. But they're not. Yeah, okay. Dang, it lagged a bit there, weird. Huh. Could be my PS4's starting to show some signs of its age, too. Not unlike its operator. Just a couple. Just a couple, Lucas. Oh, I thought that was the 18th. Oh, look at this. I mean, it seems like such a cool idea to make this huge downslope. It's going to be so much fun, but it often doesn't really work how you want it to. Oh, I'm going to stick... How do you stop there? And then... Oh, wow. I mean, it's a dramatic view, but... Yeah, sure. I mean, I think... Are the Barbarian guys still here? If they are, they're ahead of you. Okay. Oh, sorry, Lost Souls. I didn't realize you were part of it. So, who all is in the Barbarian Club? Group, sorry. Club sounds like it's a clique. Yeah. That would suck. Okay, so, I mean, the overall summary is pretty simple. I would really encourage you to check out Crazy Canuck 1985 tutorials. The sculpting, surfacing, all of them, frankly. And then B101 TGC, sorry, Ben's strategy and his other tutorials. You're going to get a lot out of them, and basically every part of the design needed work, I'm afraid. I don't think this is one where it was close and they were like, geez, I'm not sure. I mean, it needs some work. So I'm hoping you're early on in designing courses and you're going to be able to learn from this. But yeah, that's what I would do. Go to them, go to those tutorials, and go from there. And then again, use the community. They want you to succeed. I want you to succeed. I want you to make a great golf course. If for no other reason than I get to play a great golf course, right? So, but yeah, check that out. Ask questions in the community, and you'll go far.